My child, I have told you before and I am telling you once again, this is my final decision for you. Yes, I know you are wondering what decision I am talking about. My child, I am talking about the decision to bless you through both the moments of tests and rewards. My decision is final to orchestrate your steps towards my kingdom and not away from it. I have watched you when your heart was overwhelmed. I have seen you collapse in silence when the weight of life seemed too great to bear. You thought I was far, but I was closer than your next breath. I was the stillness that wrapped around your soul. I was the quiet whisper that held your heart together when you didn't know how to hold yourself. Nothing escaped me. Not a single tear that fell. Not a single hope you tried to bury beneath disappointment. I was there. And I say to you again, my decision is final. You are mine. You belong to me, not because of what you've done or failed to do, but because I chose you before the world began. You are not a mistake of time or a wanderer without direction. I have carved your path with my own hand, and every twist, every valley, every mountain and dry plain has been part of my divine map for you. Yes, I have allowed detours and delays, not because I was displeased with you, but because I was refining something deeper in you that only time and pressure could reveal. You have cried out to me. Why must it hurt? Why must I wait? Why must it seem like others run while I crawl? And I answer you now with the voice of eternity. Because I am building within you what cannot be shaken. I am forging in you the character of my Son. I am laying in you the foundation of unmovable faith. You see only the days and minutes, but I see the generations. You will affect the souls. Your endurance will inspire. The lives that will be pulled out of darkness because you did not quit when it was hard. I have told you before, I am telling you again. I do not waste pain. I do not delay joy without purpose. I do not close one door unless another far greater is already being prepared. My silence was never absence. My quiet was never disinterest. I have been shaping you in the shadows, growing fruit where no one could see. And soon, my child, yes, very soon it will break forth. What was hidden will become visible. What was sown in tears will rise in joy. But know this, the reward is not merely in what I give, but in what I become to you along the way. I am your portion, your reward, your strength, and your satisfaction. I do not bless only to fill your hands, but to fill your heart with me. Every test was a drawing closer. Every delay was a beckoning. I allowed the pressure not to break you, but to press you deeper into my presence. There were days when you thought I had forgotten you. You looked at others and said, why are they moving forward while I stand still? But I say to you, child, I never measure progress the way man does. Your stillness was not stagnation. It was sacred. It was in the waiting that your roots went deep. It was in the quiet that I whispered truths you never would have heard in the noise. I sanctified the stillness. I blessed the waiting. And in that waiting, I was transforming your desires. I was purifying your motives. I was taking away what you thought you needed and giving you what would truly sustain you. You asked me for one thing and I gave you another. Not because I refused your longing, but because I knew what you truly longed for was far greater than you could understand. I have not denied you. I have preserved you. I have not rejected your prayers. I have redefined them through the lens of eternity. You see the narrow path and call it lonely. I call it holy. You see the storm and call it punishment. I call it preparation. You see the breaking and call it failure. I call it formation. My child, I am not like man. I do not discard the broken. I gather every shattered piece and refashion it into something glorious. I write redemption into every chapter, even the ones you wish you could erase. You must understand my decision to bless you is not reactionary. It is sovereign. It is not based on how well you perform or how steady you walk. It is rooted in my covenant with you, sealed by the blood of the Lamb, written in the ink of my own promises. You are not earning my love. You are living from it. You are not chasing approval. You are walking in the approval already given to you in Christ. So when you feel weak, rejoice. That is when my strength is most visible in you. When you feel unseen, remember I, the God who sees all, have my eyes ever on you. When you feel forgotten, recall that I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand. When you fear the unknown, trust that I already stand in your future. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I do not change, and neither does my love for you. This path I have chosen for you, it is not easy, but it is holy. It is not always quick, but it is sure. Every promise I have spoken over you will come to pass. Not one word will fall to the ground. I am not a man that I should lie, nor a son of man that I should change my mind. What I have said, I will do. What I have declared, I will establish. Your story is not over. What you see is an ending. I see as a beginning. Where you see emptiness, I see the potential for miracles. Where you feel disqualified, I see the place of my greatest grace. I will use even your weakest places to show my glory. My light shines best in the places you tried to hide. I will redeem even that. I will cause even the deepest pit to become a platform for praise. Do not fear the turning of seasons. I am in every shift. I am in the falling leaves and in the budding branches. I am the one who brings winter's stillness and spring's awakening. I will not leave you in a barren land. I will make rivers in the desert, paths through the wilderness. You will eat the fruit of the land I have promised you. Oh, not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit you shall overcome. There is more ahead, my child. More than you have dared to dream. You have only tasted the edges of my goodness. You have only heard the whisper of what I intend to do. The floodgates are opening, and you will look back on this season not with regret but with reverence. For you will see how I held you, how I taught you, how I loved you through every uncertain hour. You will see that nothing was wasted, that I had a reason for every no, a purpose in every pause, and a gift wrapped inside every sorrow. Now rise up, not in your own strength but in mine. Walk forward not with fear but with faith. I go before you. I surround you. I uphold you with my righteous right hand. You are not alone. You are never forsaken. You are cherished beyond comprehension. Covered in mercy, clothed in grace, crowned with compassion. I have not only decided to bless you, I have decided to make you a blessing. You will speak hope into the hopeless. Healing to the broken and light into the darkest places. I will use your wounds to bind up the hearts of others. I will use your story to unlock the destinies of many. What the enemy meant for evil, I have already turned for good. My child, hear me clearly now. You have walked long enough in confusion. And I desire that you see with clarity what has always been at work against you. The enemy of your soul, the deceiver from the beginning, the one who rebelled against my light, still roams with fury. He does not rest. He does not grow weary in his attempts. And his target is always the same. Your attention, your devotion, your peace. He cannot touch what is sealed by my Spirit. But he can whisper. He can twist. He can plant seeds of doubt that if left unguarded take root and pull your heart away from the truth. My child, I did not leave you unaware of his schemes. I spoke of him from the garden. I warned of his cunning. I gave you armor not just for battle, but for the daily walk where thoughts are formed and decisions are born. You must understand that he comes not with horns and fire, but often in subtlety, distraction, and distortion. He waits until your mind is tired, until your heart is stretched thin. He comes when you are vulnerable, not to destroy you outright, but to lure you gently off course, a degree at a time, until one day you wake and wonder how far you've drifted from the sound of my voice. That is his craft, his strategy to shift your attention from the eternal to the temporary, from the holy to the hollow, from the light of my truth to the dimness of half-truths and well-dressed lies. He knows that if he cannot remove you from my hand, he will attempt to render you ineffective. If he cannot possess your spirit, he will try to oppress your mind. If he cannot control your steps, he will try to influence your thoughts. But hear me, your thoughts are not his playground. Your attention is not his to command. Your steps are not his to direct. I have given you authority. I have placed within you the power to resist, to discern, to choose. Do not say, I had no control. For I have taught your hands to war and your fingers to battle. I have poured my Spirit upon you to guide, to comfort, to lead. You are not at the mercy of the enemy's tactics. You are under the shadow of the Almighty. But you must stand. You must guard your gates. What you see, what you hear, what you entertain. Every thought must be tested. Weighed against my word. And if it does not align with truth, you must cast it down. The devil seeks a foothold, a crevice in your thoughts, a moment of weakness, a door left ajar. But you are not helpless, my child. I have given you wisdom. I have given you discernment. You must learn to be still and listen. For I will alert your spirit when deception creeps in. I will tug at your heart when the path ahead is not from me. But if your mind is cluttered with noise, if your attention is divided among lesser things, then the enemy finds it easier to slip through unnoticed. This is why I say fix your eyes on me not for my benefit but for yours, because what you focus on you become sensitive to and what you neglect you become desensitized to. If you fix your eyes on fear you will grow anxious. If you fix your eyes on the world you will become restless. But if you fix your eyes on me peace will guard you. Strength will sustain you and clarity will lead you. I see how the enemy has tried to wear you down. Not through loud attacks, but through slow erosion, a compromise here, a distraction there. He uses the world's rhythms, its noise, its chaos. He makes you feel as though constant motion is necessary. He makes you believe that stillness is weakness, that silence is wasted, but stillness is where I speak. Silence is where I reveal. In the secret place, I teach you to recognize the counterfeit, to detect the twist in the serpent's tongue. There is a battle for your attention, child, and it is not small. Your attention is currency in the spirit realm. The enemy does not just want you to sin. He wants you too distracted to pray, too busy to listen, too entertained to obey. He floods your senses with options, with voices with endless pursuits. He masks addiction as ambition, restlessness as purpose, noise as meaning. But listen to me now. Step back. Breathe. Return to the simplicity of my presence. I have not hidden myself behind a maze of complications. I am near. I am as close as your next whisper. But you must choose. You must silence the competing voices. You must take control of your steps. And that begins with the mind. Take every thought captive, not some, everyone. Ask, does this lead me closer to the heart of God or further into distraction? Ask, does this lift up Christ or exalt self? Ask, does this produce the fruit of the Spirit or feed the flesh? The enemy wants you to believe that you are a slave to impulse, to emotion, to temptation. But that is not your identity. You are not bound. You are free. You are not weak. You are made strong in me. You are not directionless. You are led by my Spirit. You must stand up and walk in that truth. Every time the enemy whispers a lie, respond with truth. Every time he tries to remind you of your past, declare you're present in me. Every time he tempts you with fear of the future, remind him of your eternal destiny. He fears what you might become if you walk fully awake. He fears the sound of your worship in the dark. He fears your prayers whispered through tears. He fears your yes to me in the middle of your trial. Because every step you take in faith is a blow to his kingdom. Every time you resist his bait, you testify of my power. Every time you set your eyes on me instead of what distracts, you grow stronger, bolder, wiser. You see, my child, it's not just about avoiding sin. It's about walking in purpose. The enemy wants you neutralized. He prefers a lukewarm heart, a distracted mind, a half-surrendered soul. But I have called you to be fully mine. Not partly, not occasionally, but wholly. And to be wholly mine, you must take every step with intention. You must decide each day. I will not be moved by fear. I will not be led by impulse. I will not be tossed by the waves of culture. I walk by the Spirit, not by sight. You are not an accident, and neither are the steps I have ordered for you. The enemy will try to use your past to anchor you in shame, your weaknesses to paralyze your confidence. But I tell you, walk forward, not in your strength, but in mine. When he reminds you of who you were, remind him of whose you are. You are a new creation. Old things have passed away. All things are being made new. And when temptation comes, and it will, do not face it alone. Call on me. Use the weapons I have placed in your hand. My word is sharper than any sword. My name is a strong tower. My spirit is your power. You do not need to argue with the enemy. You simply need to stand, to resist, to cling to truth. He cannot overcome one who is hidden in me. You must also understand the power of your atmosphere. What you allow around you influences what grows within you. The enemy works through suggestion, through repetition, through subtle shifts in what seems acceptable. Guard your environment. Do not make peace with things I have called you to cast out. Do not entertain thoughts that war against your soul. What you tolerate eventually dominates. But you, child, are not called to merely survive. You are called to reign, not in arrogance but in authority, not in pride but in purpose. You must wake each day with the awareness that your life is not your own. You carry my name. You represent my kingdom. And your steps matter, even the small ones, especially the small ones. Because where your feet go, your heart follows. Where your attention lingers, your soul dwells. The enemy will offer shortcuts, easy answers, counterfeit light. But remember, he is a deceiver, not a creator. He mimics what is holy but lacks the breath of life. He offers satisfaction without surrender, pleasure without purity, glory without sacrifice. But my path, though narrow, is life. My road, though it requires everything, leads to fullness. Do not be discouraged when the war intensifies. That is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of growth. The enemy resists those who are rising. He opposes those who threaten his dominion. But greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. You do not fight alone. You are surrounded by a host of witnesses. You are covered by my grace, upheld by my hand, equipped by my word. Even in moments when you fall, do not linger in guilt. Repent, rise, and return. The enemy wants you buried in shame, believing that one failure disqualifies you. But I say to you, my blood speaks a better word. My mercy is new every morning. My forgiveness is not measured by your consistency, but by my covenant. Yet every stumble can become a stepping stone. Every failure a place of deeper intimacy. The more you walk with me, the more you will recognize his traps before they form. You will sense the twist in a word, the pull in a glance, the poison in a thought. Your spirit will become trained to reject what doesn't carry my breath. But it begins with attention. Where your mind goes, your life follows. So be vigilant, not anxious, but aware. And be alert, not fearful, but focused. Let my peace guard your heart and mind. Let my truth be the filter through which you process every idea, every offer, every desire. Let my spirit lead you not just on mountaintops but in mundane moments, because that is where the enemy often strikes when you least expect. He will not come dressed in red. He may come through a familiar voice, a moment of weariness, a well-crafted lie, but you will know it's not from me because it will not bring peace. It will not bear fruit. It will not align with my word. It will not require surrender. Only indulgence. And in that moment, you must choose. Remember, my child, you are not powerless. You are not confused. You are not lost. You are mine. And I have not only saved you. I have sent you. I have filled you with light to walk into dark places and not be overcome. I have equipped you with wisdom to expose lies and silence confusion. I have given you vision to see beyond the immediate and into the eternal. So when the enemy calls, let him find no place in you. When he tempts, let him find a closed door. When he accuses, let him hear your worship. When he presses, let him see you standing. And when he flees, as he must, you will not only have endured, you will have conquered. Your steps, my child, are yours to choose. But I have shown you the way. I am that way. Walk in me and you walk in life. Walk with me and you walk in victory. Set your face like flint. Do not look to the left or right. The enemy cannot steal what you refuse to surrender. He fears your devotion. He fears your perseverance. He fears your prayers. So press on. Keep your attention fixed on me and know this. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I am your shepherd, your defender, your keeper, your king. Be strong, be courageous. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No distraction shall destroy your destiny. No deception shall deter your calling because I have spoken and my word is final. You are mine and I have declared it. You will overcome. Thanks for watching God's Helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon. Don't miss out daily God's message.